I have no idea about the KVPY lectures. I think you'll have to ask your center manager or Preeti ma'am about the same. Let us continue with chemical equilibrium. Calculation of degree of dissociation from the average molar mass of the equilibrium mixture. Let us take a substance AN that ionizes to give, that dissociates to give n molecules of A. If the initial moles is A and degree of dissociation is alpha, then moles of AN left will be A minus A alpha. Moles of A produced will be Na alpha. Okay. Let molar mass of AN is equal to M actual, the actual molar mass. Let average molar mass of equilibrium mixture is equal to M observed. What happens due to dissociation is the number of moles increase. As the number of moles increase, the average mass per mole decreases, average molar mass decreases. From the extent of decrease of average molar mass with respect to the actual molar mass, we can find out the degree of dissociation. देखो कैसे calculate करेंगे? We can say that mass initial is equal to total mass initial will be equal to total mass at equilibrium from the law of conservation of mass. Total mass initial is equal to total mass at equilibrium. Total mass will be number of moles into molar mass. So initially number of moles is A and molar mass of AN is the actual molar mass. Okay. Total number of moles at equilibrium will be moles of AN, A minus A alpha, plus moles of Na alpha, moles of product, into the average molar mass of the equilibrium mixture, that is M observed. इसको simplify करेंगे तो we'll get A into M actual. और राइट हैंड साइड में ये अगर कॉमन ले लेंगे तो विल गेट 1 प्लस n माइनस 1 अल्फा into M observed. A and A will be cancelled. So from here we'll get M observed is equal to M actual upon 1 plus n minus 1 alpha, or we'll get 1 plus n minus 1 alpha is equal to M actual upon M observed. Now here we use two more notations. We write actual vapor density as capital D, which will be equal to actual molar mass by 2, vapor density is molar mass by 2. We write observed vapor density as small d, which will be equal to M observed by 2. So M actual upon M observed can also be written as capital D upon small d. ठीक है, ये नोट करो जल्दी से.
Yes, sir. Actually, my internet was flaking continuously. Could you just tell me the sign? Okay. signs of I and Q on the topmost of total mass. Okay, sir, got it. Thank you, sir. And what is VD, sir? The one you said, actual VD. Okay, thank you, sir.
VD stands for vapor density. Total mass initial is equal to total mass at equilibrium. I stands for initial, EQ is equilibrium. Okay. टर्न करूं? ठीक है. Now we'll get n minus 1 alpha is equal to m actual upon m observed minus 1, which is equal to d up by d minus 1, or alpha is equal to m actual minus m observed upon n minus 1 into m observed, which is equal to d minus d upon n minus 1 into d. This is how we'll calculate the value of degree of dissociation if the observed molar mass or the observed vapor density is known. The observed molar mass can be related to density as we have pressure into molar mass is equal to dRT. Using the ideal gas equation, we can relate molar mass to the density of a gas. We can say that observed molar mass is equal to density observed into RT upon P, where D observed is the observed density of the equilibrium mixture, which can be experimentally measured by the mass of the gas known and volume occupied by the gas. Mass by volume will give the value of observed density. What does N signify here? N signifies the ratio of coefficients of products to that of reactants. So we can write N as equal to sum of stoichiometric coefficients of products to that of reactants. Let us do some examples. Suppose reaction is N2O4 giving to NO2. तो N का वैल्यू अगर देखेंगे, stoichiometric coefficient of product is 1, that of reactant is 1. Product is 2, reactant is 1, so N is equal to 2. We can write alpha is equal to D minus D upon 2 minus 1, that is 1 into D. Another example, let us consider dissociation of SO3 to give SO2 and O2. So we find out the value of N, coefficients of products 2 plus 1 upon that of reactant. So 2 plus 1 by 2, that is 3 by 2. The value of N is 3 by 2. We'll write alpha is equal to D minus D upon N minus 1 D. 3 by 2 minus 1 is half D. Or which will be equal to 2 into D minus D upon D. Another example we can take Cl2O7 giving ClO2 plus O2. 2Cl2O7 giving 4ClO2 plus 3O2 is the balance reaction. N is equal to coefficients of products, sum of coefficients of products upon that of reactants. 4 plus 3, 7 by 2. Alpha will be equal to D minus D upon 7 by 2 minus 1D, that is 5 by 2D. This will become equal to 2 into D minus D upon 5D. Clear है ये? Capital D can be determined from the molecular formula. The value of small d will be given. Capital D, the actual vapor density, can be determined from the molecular formula. Actual vapor density will be the molecular mass by 2. Small d will be given in the question. N is effectively the number of product molecules formed per molecule of the reactant on complete dissociation of one molecule of the reactant. तो जैसे यहाँ पे देखेंगे SO3 के एग्जांपल में 2SO3 on complete dissociation will give 2SO2 and 1O2. So 2 molecules give 3 molecules. The ratio is 3 by 2. Understood? नोट कर लो जल्दी से. क्या बोल रहा है अंश? If we have more than one product, then what D change as in D1 and D2? Capital D is the vapor density of the reactant molecule. तो उसमें तो D1, D2 की बात ही नहीं कर रहे हैं. Small d is the vapor density of the equilibrium mixture. That is the average vapor density of the equilibrium mixture. So we are not talking about D1 and D2 anywhere. क्या बोल रहा है अंश? Small d here is referring to the vapor density. और यहाँ पे जो PM is equal to DRT में मैंने जो D लिखा है, that D is actually the density, not the vapor density. इस फॉर्मूला में जो स्मॉल d लिखा है, फॉर्मूले का जो स्मॉल d है, that D is, ठीक है, मैंने प्रीवियस पेज में लिखा ना, स्मॉल d represents the vapor density, the observed vapor density. Vapor density and density are actually related, but they are two different quantities. And this works for a dissociation reaction only. Fine. पेज टर्न करूं? ठीक है, एक बार प्रीवियस पेज देख लो, किसको देखना था? हो गया? ठीक है, नेक्स्ट देखो, कुछ क्वेश्चंस करते हैं इस पे बेस्ड। At 127 degrees Celsius and 1 atm pressure, vapor density of N2O4 is found to be 30. At 127 degrees Celsius and 1 atm pressure, vapor density of N2O4 is found to be 30. Find alpha of N2O4 and Kp for the reaction below at 127 degrees Celsius. Reaction is N2O4 dissociating to give 2NO2. Try करो। Alpha is equal to 8 by 15 is correct. Alpha is equal to 0.53. Alpha is equal to 8 by 15 is correct. Okay, बहुत ही straightforward है. We'll get the value of capital D. Capital D as equal to molar mass by 2. Molar mass will be 2 into 14 plus 4 into 16 divided by 2, 28 plus 64, 92 by 2 is equal to 46. Alpha is equal to D minus D upon N minus 1D. Capital D is 46, small d is given as 30. 2 minus 1 into 30. So 16 by 30 is 8 by 15. Is approximately 0.533. Alpha is 0.533 or 53.33%. Kp is 256 by 161. Kp is also correct. Okay. To find out Kp, we'll write an expression of Kp in terms of total pressure and degree of dissociation. ठीक है, ये शायद से प्रीवियस लेक्चर्स में किया है तुम लोगों ने, राइटिंग एन एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ केपी इन टर्म्स ऑफ टोटल प्रेशर एंड डिग्री ऑफ डिसोसिएशन. एक बार वापस से डिराइव कर लेता हूं मैं. सपोज इनिशियल मोल्स इज ए, डिग्री ऑफ डिसोसिएशन इज अल्फा, moles of N2O4 left will be A minus A alpha, moles of NO2 form will be 2A alpha. ठीक है, total moles. ठीक है, 1 second. ठीक है, तो इनिशियल मोल से डिग्री ऑफ डिसोसिएशन अल्फा, तो मोल्स ऑफ N2O4 लेफ्ट एट इक्विलिब्रियम विल बी A minus A alpha, moles of NO2 produced will be 2A alpha. So from here we'll write total moles at equilibrium will be A minus A alpha plus 2A alpha is equal to A plus A alpha. Now we can write mole fractions. Mole fraction of N2O4 is equal to A minus A alpha upon total moles A plus A alpha. This comes out to be equal to 1 minus alpha upon 1 plus alpha. Okay. Similarly, we can write mole fraction of NO2. Mole fraction of NO2 will be equal to 2A alpha upon A plus A alpha. This comes out to be equal to 2 alpha upon 1 plus alpha. Okay. Partial pressures will be mole fraction into total pressure. Kp is equal to P of NO2 ka square upon P of N2O4. P of NO2 will be 2 alpha upon 1 plus alpha into P ka whole square upon P of N2O4, that is equal to 1 minus alpha upon 1 plus alpha into P. Solving this, we get an expression of Kp as equal to 4 alpha square upon 1 minus alpha square into P. This is the expression of Kp. Jayashankar, what is observed vapor density? Observed vapor density is the vapor density that we observe or we determine experimentally. So it is given that vapor density is found to be 30 at 127 degrees Celsius. इसका significance क्या हुआ? Actual vapor density तो हम direct formula से निकाल सकते हैं. N2O4 has 2 nitrogen atoms, 4 oxygen atoms. इसका vapor density expected or actual is 46. But why vapor density decreases at 127 degrees Celsius? It is because of dissociation, and the decreased value is given as 30. So from the decreased value of vapor density, which is nothing but the observed vapor density, we'll calculate the degree of dissociation. Okay, understood? तो Kp का एक्सप्रेशन हमने निकाल लिया. Okay, once we have found out the expression of Kp, we'll put the value of alpha, we'll put the value of P to find out the value of Kp. ठीक है, अल्फा का वैल्यू पुट करो, ठीक है, प्रेशर का वैल्यू पुट करो, विल गेट द वैल्यू ऑफ Kp. You are not getting my point, Jaishankar. Jaishankar, can you raise your hands? Yes, Jaishankar.
Yes, sir. My doubt was that it is mentioned that at 127 degrees and 1 atm pressure, vapor density of N2O4 is 30, right,
30.
sir? But
One
it
second,
should be
one
mentioned.
second. 1 second, please hold. ठीक है. If we say that vapor density of N2O4 is 30, can vapor density of a pure substance change with change in temperature?
No, sir.
No, na. So what does it mean? ठीक है. We have added N2O4 in a container, ठीक है, and then we are heating it to 127 degrees Celsius, and then we are measuring it vapor density. To a layman, to a normal person who is unaware about chemistry, he only knows कि हमने N2O4 ऐड किया उसमें और उसका फिर मास और वॉल्यूम मेजर किया, उसका मास और वॉल्यूम से उसकी डेंसिटी निकाल ली, उसका मोलर मास निकाल लिया, फिर मोलर मास को 2 से डिवाइड करके उसका वेपर डेंसिटी निकाल लिया. तो फॉर अ लेमैन ही डजंट नो कि उसके अंदर क्या है. उसने उसके अंदर N2O4 डाला था और उसका वेपर डेंसिटी एक्सपेरिमेंटली 30 आ रहा है. ठीक है. नाउ वी हैव स्टडीड इन केमिस्ट्री दैट इट एट हायर टेम्परेचर्स N2O4 में डिसोशिएट और में डिकम्पोज. It is only because of this dissociation the vapor density is found to be less than its expected vapor density of 46. Are you getting what I am saying?
Okay, sir. So by measuring it at a given temperature, we are actually measuring the equilibrium's vapor density.
That is what
right?
we can do ना. Experimentally हम
Alright.
कैसे measure करेंगे? सोचो density कैसे measure करेंगे? We know the
Yes,
mass. We'll find out its volume. We'll measure the volume of the container in which it is present. ठीक है? क्योंकि temperature बढ़ाने से थोड़ा expansion contraction हो सकता है. We'll measure that
Yes.
volume. ठीक है? And then we'll get the density. And from density, we can use PM is equal to DRT equation to find out the molar mass. And dividing
Yes, sir.
molar mass by 2, we'll get the vapor density value. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
समझा?
Got it. Yeah, fine, sir. Thank you.
Kp का आंसर मैं रिपीट करता हूं. मैं लेट अस पुट द वैल्यू ऑफ अल्फा एंड पी इन द एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ Kp. ठीक है, मैं पेज टर्न कर रहा हूं. It's 256 by 161. Yeah, answer is correct. Putting the values 4 into alpha square. Alpha we had found out as 8 by 15 upon 1 minus alpha square, 1 minus 8 by 15 ka square into pressure, that is 1 atm. Okay, we'll simplify this. This is 4 into 64 by 225 or 1 minus 64 by 225. So this comes out to be 256 by 225 minus 64 is 161. 256 by 161. So we got Kp as 256 by 161. Okay, clear है ये? Is it understood to everyone? So from here we can say that as alpha increases, the value of M observed decreases, the value of the observed vapor density decreases. Why? As alpha increases, number of moles increase. Number of moles increases, the average mass per mole will decrease, the vapor density will decrease. Okay? And vice versa. Okay? When the observed molar mass is same as the actual molar mass, or the observed vapor density is same as the actual vapor density, we can say that alpha is equal to 0, no dissociation takes place. Okay. It is due to the dissociation, it is due to the increase in number of moles due to dissociation that M observed decreases and density decreases. Clear है ये? Who said that 1 atm is initial pressure? It is the 1 atm pressure at which vapor density has been recorded as 30. So 1 atm is the equilibrium pressure, not the initial pressure. ठीक है? किसी को कोई डाउट है? क्या नाम है तुम्हारा?
यस सर, श्रेयांश सर। सर मेरे को ये डाउट था कि
व्हाट इज योर नेम?
ये श्रेयांश सर।
श्रेयांश।
यस सर, मुझे ये डाउट था कि आपने अभी बोला कि जब ऑब्जर्व मास और एक्चुअल मास सेम होगा या डी और इज इक्वल टू कैपिटल टी होगा तो सर अल्फा इज इक्वल टू 0 है सर, बट कांट वी से कि अल्फा इज इक्वल टू 1 है, पूरा ही डिसोसिएट हो गया।
पूरा ही डिसोशिएट हो जाएगा तो मोलर मास डिक्रीज हो जाएगा ना भाई। डिसोसिएशन से तो नंबर ऑफ मोल्स बढ़ रहे हैं ना, जितना ज्यादा डिसोशिएट होगा उतना ज्यादा मोल्स आएंगे, मोल्स बढ़ेंगे तो एवरेज मोलर मास तो कम आएगा। तो डेफिनेटली व्हेन डिसोसिएशन हैपेंस, व्हेनेवर अल्फा इज नॉट इक्वल टू 0, अल्फा इज ग्रेटर देन 0, अल्फा का मैक्सिमम वैल्यू तो 1 हो सकता है, मिनिमम वैल्यू 0, तो व्हेनेवर अल्फा इज नॉट इक्वल टू 0 there is some dissociation that is taking place, so number of moles will increase, the average molar mass will decrease, has to decrease.
ओके सर।
कितना डिक्रीज करेगा? इट विल डिपेंड ऑन द वैल्यू ऑफ n, ठीक है, द रेशियो ऑफ द कोफिशिएंट्स ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स एंड रिएक्टेंट्स,
ओके सर।
ठीक है। So we also observe this graphically. We plot a graph of d by d versus alpha. So we have written that d by d is equal to 1 plus n minus 1 alpha. We can say that graph of d by d versus alpha will be straight line. Is a straight line. ठीक है, ऐसा कोई बहुत ज्यादा कोई सिग्निफिकेंस नहीं है इन ग्राफ्स का, बट क्वेश्चंस आते हैं जहाँ पे ग्राफ्स आर प्लॉटेड एंड वी हैव टू वेरीफाई which of the following is the correct graph. So when we plot d by d versus alpha, we'll get a straight line. ऐसा straight line आएगा, plotting d by d here and alpha over here. What will be the value of intercept? This intercept is 1. When alpha is 0, d by d is 1. ठीक है, and slope is equal to n minus 1. ठीक है, क्लियर है ये? पेज टर्न करूं? Try this question from FBS. FBS question number 35. Do this question. Solve करो ये वाला. KP is correct, 0.266. Alpha is not correct. Solve करो properly. पीछे से आंसर देख के don't quote the answers from the booklet. KP is 4 by 15, that is correct. Alpha is 0.632. ठीक है, पीछे आंसर रॉन्ग दिया हुआ है. अल्फा 0.632 आया जिसका सही है. इट्स अ मिस्टेक इन द बुकलेट. ठीक है, पीछे आंसर रॉन्ग दिया हुआ है. केपी का वैल्यू 4/15 आएगा, दैट इज 0.266. इसका आंसर सही है. अल्फा एट प्रेशर इज इक्वल टू 0.1 ATM. ये अगर कैलकुलेट करेंगे तो अल्फा का वैल्यू आ जाएगा 0.632 अप्रोक्सीमेटली. ठीक है, थोड़ा बहुत अप्रोक्सीमेशन है. 0.85 रॉन्ग है, 0.87 रॉन्ग है. ठीक है, अल्फा इज √2/5. ठीक है, अल्फा इज √2/5. मैं एक्सप्लेन करता हूं. ठीक है, लेट मी एक्सप्लेन इट्स सॉल्यूशन. First part of this question is deriving an expression of Kp in terms of the equilibrium pressure and degree of dissociation. And we have already derived this expression in the previous problem we did. For dissociation of N2O4 to give NO2, we have already derived an expression of Kp in terms of degree of dissociation and total pressure at equilibrium. The expression we derived was 4 alpha square upon 1 minus alpha square p. मैं दोबारा नहीं कर रहा हूं बिकॉज सेम क्वेश्चन के लिए सेम रिएक्शन के लिए हमने डिराइव किया था, तो दोबारा नहीं कर रहा हूं मैं. Now let us put the value of alpha and p to get the value of Kp. Alpha is 25%, that is 1/4, 1/4 का square upon 1 minus 1/4 का square. Pressure is given as 1 ATM. So this comes out to be 4 into 1/16 upon 1 minus 1/16, that is 15/16. This comes out to be equal to 4/15, that is equal to 0.266. So we get the value of Kp as 0.266. Clear है ये? Now when the value of pressure changes, the value of alpha will change. देखो, as pressure changes, temperature does not change. टेम्परेचर 37 डिग्री सेल्सियस ही है, सेम टेम्परेचर रखा है हमने. अल्फा चेंजेस. Kp does not change as temperature remains same. Equilibrium constant remains constant at a given temperature. Temperature does not change. ठीक है, equilibrium constant is a constant. It does not change with change in pressure, volume, concentrations, etc. ठीक है, it changes only with change in temperature. The value of Kp remains same. Kp कितना है? 4/15. Value of pressure has now decreased. Pressure कितना हो गया डिक्रीज होके? 0.1. तो अब अल्फा का वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करना है. दिस इज द सेकेंड पार्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन. अभी सॉल्व करेंगे, ये 4 और 4 कैंसिल हो जाएगा, तो विल गेट 1 minus alpha square is equal to 15 into 0.1, 1.5 alpha square. तो इसको सॉल्व करेंगे तो आएगा 2.5 alpha square is equal to 1. अल्फा इज इक्वल टू √1/2.5. ठीक है, इसको अगर सॉल्व करेंगे तो वी कैन राइट इट एज √10/25. अप्रोक्सीमेटली √10 is 3.16 and 25 का स्क्वायर रूट 5. दिस इज 0.632 और 63.2%. पीछे आंसर गलत दिया हुआ है. इट इज नॉट 0.87, इट इज अराउंड 87%. ठीक है, समझा सबको? टर्न करूं पेज? एक सेकेंड, बोल। किसी को कोई डाउट है? आयुष? ठीक है, बोलो क्या डाउट है आयुष?
सॉरी सर, जिस कैलकुलेशन मिस्टेक हुआ था इसलिए मैंने गलती से हैंड रेस कर दिया था।
चलेगा चलेगा। हम नेक्स्ट देखो, एक और क्वेश्चन करते हैं हम। FBS का लेवल 2 का क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 करो। FBS लेवल 2 क्वेश्चन नंबर 3। ट्राई करो ये क्वेश्चन। सॉल्व हुआ क्या किसी का? ओके, ठीक है। कुछ लोगों ने कर लिया है, बाकी लोग भी जल्दी करो। ठीक है, देखो मैं सॉल्व कर देता हूँ जल्दी से. A compound AB2 dissociates according to the reaction 2AB2 giving 2AB plus B2. Reaction is 2AB2 giving 2AB plus B2. Reduce the expression for X in terms of equilibrium constant Kp and total pressure. Okay. Similarly करेंगे, let us assume that initial moles is A, degree of dissociation is alpha. This will be A alpha, this will be A alpha by 2. Total moles at equilibrium will be A minus A alpha plus A alpha plus A alpha by 2 is equal to A plus A alpha by 2. Okay, this comes out to be A into 1 plus alpha by 2. 1 second. This is the total moles. We'll find out the mole fractions. Mole fraction of AB2 is equal to A minus A alpha upon A into 1 plus alpha by 2. This comes out to be equal to 1 minus alpha upon 1 plus alpha by 2. ठीक है, मोल फ्रैक्शन ऑफ AB2 आ गया, मोल फ्रैक्शन ऑफ AB निकाल लेंगे, तो मोल फ्रैक्शन ऑफ AB विल बी इक्वल टू मोल्स ऑफ AB. मोल्स ऑफ AB कितना है, A अल्फा अपॉन A इंटू 1 प्लस अल्फा बाई 2. तो दिस इज अल्फा अपॉन 1 प्लस अल्फा बाई 2 एंड मोल फ्रैक्शन ऑफ B2 इज इक्वल टू, ठीक है, अल्फा बाई 2 अपॉन 1 प्लस अल्फा बाई 2. ये सबके मोल फ्रैक्शंस आ गए. Into total pressure will be the partial pressures. So if you write Kp is equal to partial pressure of AB का square into partial pressure of B2 upon partial pressure of AB2 का square. We values put करेंगे. Partial pressure of AB will be alpha upon 1 plus alpha by 2 into P का whole square, where P is the equilibrium pressure, into alpha by 2 upon 1 plus alpha by 2 into P upon, ठीक है, we will get 1 minus alpha upon 1 plus alpha by 2 into P का whole square. ठीक है, इसमें एक्सप्रेशन सिंप्लीफाई करना है, तो ये P कैंसिल हो जाएगा, 1 प्लस अल्फा बाई 2 1 प्लस अल्फा बाई 2 कैंसिल हो जाएगा. ठीक है, सिंप्लीफाइड एक्सप्रेशन मैं नेक्स्ट पेज पे लिखता हूँ, इधर से अल्फा स्क्वायर और ये अल्फा बाई 2, तो अल्फा क्यूब बाई 2 आ जाएगा. तो दिस कम्स आउट टू बी, एक मिनट रुकना, इधर ही लिख लेता हूँ, रुको एक सेकेंड. और विल गेट Kp इज इक्वल टू, सिंप्लीफाइड एक्सप्रेशन लिखेंगे अल्फा स्क्वायर इंटू अल्फा बाई 2, तो अल्फा क्यूब बाई 2 इंटू पी अपॉन ये आ जाएगा 1 माइनस अल्फा इंटू 1 प्लस अल्फा बाई 2, ये एक्सप्रेशन आ जाएगा. Now it is given that alpha is small with respect to unity. As alpha is small with respect to unity, we can write 1 minus alpha as approximately equal to 1 and 1 plus alpha by 2 as also approximately equal to 1. ठीक है. Now we'll get the equation as यहाँ पे स्क्वायर कहाँ पर आएगा, इधर स्क्वायर आएगा. ठीक है. So this gives Kp as equal to alpha cube p by 2. ठीक है. तो Kp is equal to alpha cube p by 2 आ गया. ये अप्रोक्सीमेशन वाला पार्ट यहाँ पे इंपॉर्टेंट था जो जनरली मिस होता है बच्चों से. ठीक है. फिर वी कैन राइट 2 Kp अपॉन p is equal to alpha cube और अल्फा इज इक्वल टू 2 Kp अपॉन p टू द पावर 1/3. ठीक है. क्लियर है ये? समझा सबको? नोट कर लिया ना सबने? Next we'll study about homogeneous and heterogeneous equilibrium. Previous पेज देखना है, जल्दी देखो. किसी को डाउट है तो प्लीज रेज योर हैंड्स. बालाजी तुम्हें डाउट है क्या? My mic does not work. ऐसे कैसे पढ़ेगा बालाजी? ठीक है. Your mic doesn't work. You have to get a working mic. ठीक है, मैं बता दे रहा हूँ अभी, but this is not how we can afford to study. Everything should be proper, क्योंकि ये टेम्पररी थोड़ी है कि 5 दिन 10 दिन के लिए हम इंटरनेट से पढ़ रहे हैं. इंटरनेट से ही पढ़ाई करनी है ना अभी. तो अभी कमिंग 3-4 मंथ्स में भी आई हाईली डाउट कि कोई चेंज होने वाला है विद द इंक्रीजिंग नंबर ऑफ कोविड केसेस. ठीक है, मैं बता देता हूँ. वैसे तुम्हारा क्या डाउट है? एक सेकेंड रुको. क्या पूछ रहा था? अल्फा इज वेरी स्मॉल विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू यूनिटी, तो शुड वी इग्नोर द हायर पावर्स ऑफ अल्फा? ठीक है, ये डाउट वैलिड डाउट है. We can definitely ignore the higher powers of alpha, but when we do approximations, when we ignore a value with respect to a large value during addition or subtraction. जैसे 1 plus 0.01 is approximately same as 1. कितना वैल्यू आएगा? एग्जैक्ट वैल्यू इज 1.01. that is same as, that is almost same as 1. So we can approximately write it as 1, but we cannot ignore it during multiplication or division. जैसे 5 plus 0.01 is approximately equal to 5, but we cannot write 5 into 0.01 as 5. This becomes equal to 0.05. ठीक है, तो मल्टीप्लीकेशन डिवीजन में ये अप्रोक्सीमेशन यूज नहीं करते हम. ठीक है, ड्यूरिंग एडिशन और सब्ट्रैक्शन we ignore the smaller quantity with respect to the larger quantity. Okay, if the smaller quantity is very small, generally the convention is if it is less than equal to 10%, then we may use the approximation. Okay, or we'll use approximation to simplify our calculations. अगर बिना approximation के simplify हो सकता है calculation, simple हो सकता है, तो approximation is not required. Only when we get a cubic equation or a biquadratic equation, ठीक है, then to simplify our expression we use approximations. ठीक है, clear है ये बालाजी? 5th slide देखना है, एक सेकेंड रुको. This is the 7th slide, 6th, and this is the 5th slide. देख लो 5th slide एक बार जल्दी से देख लो. Equilibrium constant is a constant. It will change only with change in temperature. Temperature dependence of equilibrium constant will do separately. ठीक है? Equilibrium constant will not change unless the temperature changes. Both Kp and Kc remain constant. Because it is a constant. Okay? This is how Kp and Kc are defined. Okay? These are Kp, Kc equilibrium constants are ratio of rate constants. याद करो डिवाइड लॉ ऑफ मास सेक्शन में किया था हमने. K is equal to Kf upon Kb. Kf is rate constant for forward reaction. Kb is rate constant for backward reaction. And these rate constants are independent of concentrations or pressures. ठीक है? These rate constants do not depend on temperature, do not depend on concentrations or pressures. They depend on temperature. Temperature dependence, we'll study it separately. ठीक है, अभी आगे कंटिन्यू करते हैं. Let us talk in brief about homogeneous and heterogeneous equilibrium. थोड़ा बहुत पढ़ा है तुम लोगों ने, बट कुछ कुछ और इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स हैं, डिस्कस कर लेते हैं जल्दी से. Homogeneous equilibrium in which all reactants and products are in the same phase. Normally, different physical states are considered as different phases. If physical states are different, we consider them as different phases. In the same physical state, if we have two immiscible substances, the immiscible substances will form different phases. Two immiscible substances form different phases. जैसे एग्जाम्पल देखो, oil and water, both are liquids, but oil is not miscible with water. Always there will be two separate layers. Oil और water के layer के बीच में एक separation होगा, physical separation. ठीक है? तो oil and water will be considered as two different phases. But when water is mixed with alcohol, alcohol is completely mixed with water, miscible with water, so they do not form two different phases. It forms a single phase. It forms a homogeneous mixture. When all components of a reaction form a homogeneous mixture, the reaction, the equilibrium is said to be homogeneous equilibrium. Okay. Till now, the maximum examples which we have discussed are examples of homogeneous equilibrium. Let's say N2 plus 3H2 giving 2NH3, nitrogen gas when mixed with hydrogen gas results in a reversible reaction which attains an equilibrium forming ammonia. It is a homogeneous equilibrium. Okay. So gas phase homogeneous equilibria are the most common equilibria which we study. PCl5 gaseous giving PCl3 gaseous plus Cl2 gaseous. There are examples of liquid phase homogeneous equilibria also. An example is esterification of acetic acid plus ethanol. Acetic acid when mixed with ethanol, okay, it results in a reversible reaction forming an ester. All these liquids are completely miscible with each other. It forms a homogeneous equilibria. आ रहा समझ में? किसी को कोई डाउट है, यू मे रेज योर हैंड्स. ये वाटर अल्कोहल के बारे में ये कौन बोल रहा है? मानवी क्या बोल रहे, बोलो, रेज योर हैंड्स. बोलो मानवी.
Sir, we were told that like are water and alcohol the same phase? That's my doubt.
देखो, when we have two substances which can completely mix and form a single solution, a single mixture, so they will be considered as part of the same phase. So water and alcohol, alcohol is generally ethanol, and water and ethanol, they completely mix with each other and they form the same phase. Okay, we don't consider them as different phases.
So I was confused because we were told that intensive properties of two phases are different, and water and alcohol don't have the same pH, and how are they considered the same?
But once they are mixed, okay, the solution will have a constant density.
Oh, okay, okay, sir.
ठीक है, वो तो NaCl and water, as long as they are kept separately, they are two different phases. But when we add NaCl to water, salt to water, it dissolves, na?
Oh, okay.
It forms a common phase, so the solution phase. Sodium chloride is present in the same phase as water. That is the solution phase. ठीक है?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Both reactant and product should be in the same phase. If one or more reactants or products is in a different phase, that is an example of a heterogeneous equilibrium. The heterogeneous equilibrium, we can define it as it has one or more reactants or products in a different phase. Is or are in a different phase. एग्जाम्पल्स देखो, नेक्स्ट पेज में कराता हूं मैं. टर्न करूं? Examples of heterogeneous equilibrium. Now, the most common example says decomposition of calcium carbonate in a closed container. CaCO3 solid gives CaO solid plus CO2 gaseous. There are two solids. Solids are always not miscible, immiscible, and these are definitely they definitely form a different phase with respect to the gas. It is an example of heterogeneous equilibrium. When carbon dioxide gas is passed over red hot carbon, it results in formation of carbon monoxide. This is also an example of a heterogeneous equilibrium. Ammonium sulfide, hydrogen sulfide dissociates to give ammonia and H2S. This is also an example of heterogeneous equilibrium. आ रहा है समझ में? NH4HS is ammonium hydrogen sulfide or ammonium bisulfide. This is ammonium bisulfide. Solid phase to solid phase reaction is also heterogeneous. Two solids will always be immiscible. An important point here is for a pure solid or liquid, concentration is constant. It is independent of their amounts present. Let us show how concentration is constant. Concentration क्या लिखते हैं? Moles by volume. Concentration is equal to moles by volume. 1 by volume into moles. Moles can be written as given mass upon molar mass. इसमें terms rearrange करेंगे तो mass by volume into 1 upon molar mass, which is equal to density upon molar mass. अब ध्यान से देखना, solids liquids की density constant होती है. Solids liquids have a characteristic density. Temperature बढ़ाने से कम करने से there is a slight change in volume due to thermal expansion or contraction, but normally we ignore it. तो temperature change करने से solids liquids का density थोड़ा बहुत change होगा, but उसको हम ignore कर रहे हैं. Pressure बढ़ाने से volume थोड़ा बहुत decrease हो सकता है. There may be some compression in solid or liquid, but that is also negligible. So with change in pressure, temperature, the volume of solids or liquids do not change much. Therefore, we can say that their densities do not change much. We can say that their density is a constant. The molar mass of a solid will depend on its formula chemical composition, that also remains same. So for a pure solid or a pure liquid, the molar mass remains constant, density remains constant. The ratio of density to molar mass remains constant. The concentration is a constant. If we take 1 mole water or 10 moles water or 0.1 mole water or 50 moles water, it will have a constant concentration. ठीक है? अभी एक बार हम law of mass action recall करते हैं. Let us recall the law of mass action. As per the law of mass action, rate of reaction depends on active masses. Rate of reaction depends on concentrations. Active masses is taken as equal to molarity. ठीक है? अभी कोई pure solid या pure liquid लेंगे तो उनका कॉन्सेंट्रेशन तो कांस्टेंट है. अगर उनका कॉन्सेंट्रेशन कांस्टेंट है तो अगर उनका अमाउंट चेंज करेंगे, 1 मोल्स चेंज करेंगे, 1 मोल की जगह 2 मोल ले लेंगे या 2 मोल की जगह 10 मोल्स ले लेंगे या 0.1 मोल ले लेंगे, तो एज द नंबर ऑफ मोल्स चेंज द कॉन्सेंट्रेशन डू नॉट चेंज. Concentration do not change, that means rate of reaction does not change. So we can say that the rate of a reaction becomes independent of their amounts. Therefore, for such substances, we take active mass as equal to 1. Their active mass is 1, rate is independent of their concentration, their amounts, because their concentration is a constant. So we'll write this point. This is an important point. For pure solids or liquids, concentration is independent of their amount. ये तो लिखा ही हमने, concentration is constant independent of amounts. For pure solids or liquids, active mass is taken as 1. Are taken as unity, as rate of reaction is independent of their amounts. Independent of their amounts present. ठीक है, तो therefore we do not write solids or liquids in the expression of Kp or Kc for heterogeneous equilibria. Kp or Kc for a heterogeneous equilibrium. ये नोट कर लो, एग्जांपल मैं नेक्स्ट पेज में एक्सप्लेन करता हूं. We do not talk about K for a solid to solid reaction. Okay. In thermodynamics, we'll study more about this. We study about delta G. We can study about delta G at standard conditions, but we do not talk about equilibrium constant for a solid to solid reaction. Solid to solid reaction, we can have a process, physical process. जैसे conversion of diamond to graphite or graphite to diamond. ठीक है, वैसे cases में we do not talk about equilibrium constant. हाँ सिद्धि क्या बोल रही है? How rate of reaction is independent of their amount. Rate of reaction depends on concentration, and concentration is independent of their amount. So rate of reaction will also be independent of their amounts. सिद्धि? Aqueous solution में concentrations will change. So we are not talking about aqueous forms. ठीक है, और aqueous solutions में जो ions present हैं या कोई solution present है तो उसका active mass 1 नहीं लेते हैं, उसका active mass उसकी molarity की equal लेते हैं हम. Because K is not defined for such cases. Dhriti, equilibrium constant is not defined for such solid to solid reactions or processes. ठीक है? Equilibrium constant is often used as a tool to determine the equilibrium concentrations if you know the initial concentrations, to determine the degree of dissociation if pressure is given. For such reactions does not solve any purpose. So we do not talk about equilibrium constants for solid to solid reactions. It's just a mathematical term. ठीक है, टर्न करूं पेज. जैसे एग्जांपल देखो, CO2 gaseous plus carbon solid giving 2CO gaseous. We'll write Kp as equal to partial pressure of CO का square upon partial pressure of CO2. ठीक है? Nowhere we include the pure solid in the expressions of Kp or Kc. Kc is equal to CO का square upon CO2. ठीक है? CaCO3 solid giving CaO solid plus CO2 gaseous. Kp will be equal to partial pressure of CO2 at equilibrium. Kc will be equal to concentration of CO2 at equilibrium. क्लियर है ये? ठीक है, एक क्वेश्चन कर लेते हैं इस पे बेस्ड. NH4HS solid is introduced, is added to an evacuated vessel. After some time, a constant pressure of 1 atmosphere develops inside the vessel. Find the equilibrium constant Kp for the reaction below. NH4HS solid giving NH3 gaseous plus H2S gaseous. Try करो. .25 is the correct answer. अल्फा के बारे में तो मैंने कुछ भी नहीं बोला. 0.25 is the correct answer. बहुत ही इजी क्वेश्चन है. देखो कैसे इजी है. वेसल इज इनिशियली इवैक्यूएटेड, मतलब वेसल में इनिशियली कोई गैस प्रेजेंट नहीं है. तो what is being added in the vessel? Ammonium hydrogen sulfide is added, ammonium bisulfide is added. Now this dissociates to give ammonia and H2S. Now the coefficients of ammonia and H2S are 1 and 1. That means they are formed in 1:1 ratio. तो जितने मोल्स अमोनिया के फॉर्म होंगे exactly उतने ही मोल्स H2S का फॉर्म होगा. If their moles are equal, their partial pressures will also be equal. If the partial pressure of ammonia produced is P, then partial pressure of H2S produced will also be P. Total pressure will be equal to P plus P, which is equal to 2P, and the value of 2P is given as equal to 1 atm. So P is equal to 1 by 2 atm. Okay. Now we'll find out Kp. Kp is equal to pressure of ammonia into pressure of H2S is equal to P into P is equal to P square is equal to 1 by 4 atm का square. Clear है ये? The value of Kp will be 1 by 4 or 0.25. आगे समझ में? ठीक है, आज के लेक्चर में हम इतना ही करते हैं। होमवर्क में एफबीओ तुम लोगों ने काफी कुछ किया है, बट अटेम्प्ट अप टू क्वेश्चन नंबर 37 1 to 30 एक सेकेंड 1 to 44 कर सकते हैं एफबीओ में। एफबीएस में अप टू 37 कर सकते हैं, क्वेश्चन नंबर 37 तक कर सकते हैं। So whenever we'll be having next lecture, we'll do the discussion first and then we'll proceed ahead. जो भी pending questions है, we'll discuss those first and then we'll proceed. अच्छा 1 to 40 हो गया, 4 और क्वेश्चन बच गए, 44 तक कंप्लीट कर लेना। ठीक है, 44 तक कंप्लीट कर लो। और ये लेवल 1 की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं, इसमें भी मैं मैक्सिमम क्वेश्चंस कर लिए होंगे तुम लोगों ने। आई थिंक 30 तक शायद से पहले किया होगा तुम लोगों ने। हाँ, तो डिस्कशन कर लेना महेश सर के साथ। ओके, why pressure is same for both the gases? It is dependent on their number of moles, and as both are formed from the dissociation of NH4HS, and in this reaction their coefficients are 1, तो जितने मोल्स अमोनिया के फॉर्म होंगे exactly उतने ही मोल्स H2S के फॉर्म होंगे। When their moles are equal, their pressures will also be equal. ठीक है? Any other doubts? ठीक है, चलो, thank you everyone. You may leave the meeting. Yes.